And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
And the difference to this point has been defense. This club has really gotten after it, and that's what's gotten them this lead.
Well, there's nothing that's gone up that hasn't been contested so far. You know, not a lot of people knew what to make of the Lakers last season. I mean, first year with Mike Brown as the head coach, an aging group, a maturing group, if you will. But they showed they still have that Laker magic at times.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Marion is out there with Chris Kaman. And there's Clark. Then there's Delonte West. And it's Mayo in at the two-guard. Back to the Lakers, they struggle at times, but by the end of the season, Steve, they look just as good as any team in contention for the title.
Well, you knew that, it was going to take some time with the new coach as they put everything together. But defensively, that team was really good all season long. Offensively, they had their growing pains, but by the end of the year, I thought they had kicked it into gear pretty well.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, I think it's accurate to call the Dwight Howard situation a saga, and it has, at least for the moment, calmed down. A trade to the Los Angeles Lakers has now thrust them squarely into the championship picture. First, the acquisition of star point guard Steve Nash, and now the best center in the league. The tough Western Conference just got tougher. Kevin?
The story of the offseason, no question. Thank you, Doris. And the Mavericks call time here. And the Lakers with some changes. Kobe comes in for Meeks. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake. Then for the Mavericks, Elton Brand's checked in for Kaman. Nowitzki comes in for Sean Marion. And it's Collison in for Delonte West. Mayo kicks to Collison. Back to Mayo. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in. Well, O.J. Mayo stepping into the instant offense off the bench role for the Grizzlies last season, and it seemed to suit him quite well. I mean, a guy who can heat it up like that can hurt you from outside, and certainly a valuable part of their rotation, a guy that they counted on to produce points, and he did.
Well, when you combine Dirk's height with his touch and his release, which is basically behind his head, he becomes impossible to defend. And unless he's just missing his jump shot that night, you're in for a long night.
Especially when you couple it with his knack for playing with his back to the basket when he wants to. Often Dirk will catch it on the low block, lean into a defender to create some space, and then the next thing you know, he's up in the air knocking down that jumper.
And you've got to give O.J. Mayo a lot of credit, Steve, accepting that bench role, not being a malcontent, and being a good team guy.
Yeah, former number 3 overall pick in the draft, but he showed that he's all about winning by accepting that role. And I think that's more important to teams than, seeing whether a guy will start or not. Will he accept his role, and will he finish games? I mean, that's what Mayo did.
They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Tortoise-like. Wow, Clark. Yeah, they're putting it together, but still trailing. Their offense is finally getting some traction.
And that one's good by Kobe.
Well, that's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
Back to Nowitzki. Outside Collison. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki.
He is always so in control, guys, even when he's going hard to the hoop. Very skilled finisher.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for the Lakers. Saul comes in for Antoine Jamison. And then for Dallas, Chris Kaman is checked in for Brand. Marion comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Delonte West is subbed in for O.J. Mayo.
You typically get a bit of a grace period as an organization after you win an NBA title. But I can imagine the Mavs would have liked to have done better against the Thunder in last year's playoffs.
Yeah, getting swept did not taste good.
Big mistake not having more defensive pressure on him out there.
With the drop step, and he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Clark, as you mentioned with the Mavs, no team likes to go one and done in the postseason. That's exactly what happened to them, especially when you know some of your stars are aging. And they've got some age there right now.
Yeah, but they've got some house money to play with, Kevin, because of that championship the season before. But, you know, Dallas is now in a transition phase. They knew their stars were getting older, so they had a pretty good draft this past summer. And now it's a time to move forward to the next era of Mavs basketball.
Mavericks making a switch here. Mayo's checked in. Carter outside. Over Hill. And it's Carter missing.
Well, they are getting out rebounded here, and it's showing up on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, it's something they're going to have to improve upon if they're going to win this game.
And the pass to King. Rebound Hill. Lakers leading by 8. Out to Kobe. They double team Kobe. There's the bucket. Good. Kobe's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
What a quarter for him, and with this lead, I mean, they might as well just ride him the rest of the night.
.46 seconds left in the first half of basketball. West kicks to Mary. 6 to shoot. Keenan sets a screen for Mayo. Top of the key. That one goes. Count it. Carter's got his first points in this one.
Now the shots are starting to fall a little bit more than they did in the first quarter.
Yeah, they say it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive in golf. Well, a shaky start can be overcome because now they're starting to heat up.
Looks like they're going to hold on to the ball and go for the last shot of the quarter.
Well, clearly this is the time to do it.
Marion outside. West. The three. And no good trying to get that one. And we've reached halftime in this one. Lakers ahead, up 8.